Silver versus Bitcoin. Which one should you buy? Silver's pumping. Bitcoin is dumping. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are, whenever you are. Thank you for watching my videos. My name is Da Vinci Jeremy. I'm in the pipe 5x5, staying alive. Man, oh, wow. You know, every time I look at the markets, I think, wow, this is interesting. Things are getting interesting. Like with Venezuela, of course, being liberated, we're going to see a lot of cool things happen for the Venezuelan people. And we're going to be talking about that and more in today's episode. And we're going to be talking about some Bitcoin that may have gone missing that Maduro might have had. And we're going to talk about what could possibly happen with that Bitcoin. Is it going to get dumped on the market? Or is the United States government just going to seize that? We'll talk about that in today's episode. Also, if you watched my trades for yesterday, you'll notice that I didn't want to make a trade, and it was the right choice. We'll talk about that also at the very end. So make sure you watch all the way to the end. Hit the like, hit the subscribe. Let's get going. So, as you guys know, I actually put all the links in the pinned comment. So I'm just going to open up the pinned comment and I'm going to click on some of the links here. I already clicked on this one, so I'm going to bring that up. And then, so if you're interested in getting these links, they're all there for you, right? So with this, silver breaks $79 versus the U.S. Venezuelan crisis lifts hard assets. Will Bitcoin follow? Difficult one to say because, you know, Bitcoin's in the secular bear market, right? So basically every 4 years, this is its bear market. So for you to be, it's going higher at this point in time, you know, although, you know what, previous performance does not guarantee future results, you have to accept that, you know, Bitcoin has its cycles and it's ingrained in everyone who are in the Bitcoin space. So with that said, let me just read a little bit here. Silver surges above $79, actually over $80 per ounce. This is Troy ounces, placing it less than 6% away from the new all-time high, following the U.S.-led operation that resulted in the capture of Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro. In a few days, silver climbed roughly 9%, like they acting like this caused silver prices to go up. A little bit concerning about this statement here. Reigniting the debate across global markets about the role of hard assets during geopolitical shocks and whether Bitcoin tends to follow the same playbook. Well, I mean, Bitcoin is a hard asset, but it's not a hard asset with a history of millenniums, like thousands of years of history, okay? Gold and silver does, so Bitcoin does not. So it's going to act slightly different. All right. Peter Schiff, you know, he's coming out and obviously hating on Bitcoin, of course. He's saying that silver's back above 79, where it was over 80. It's only 6 days into the new year, and silver is already up more than 10%. Gold up $20 this morning, too, trading above 44.70, even though the 2025 was the best year for precious metals. 1979 and 2006 looks like it could be 2026. It could be it's even better year. So who knows, right? Yes, I think it does look very good, very, very good for silver for several reasons. One, I think our monetary system might come to an end, may not, right? There could be a what's it called? Catastrophic event. I think there is one coming, and we're going to talk about that in tomorrow's episode, which is the earthquake episode, which I'm going to talk about. Okay, if you watched Chris's MM Crypto's video, you know what I'm talking about. If you haven't, Stay tuned. Okay, that's going to be an interesting one. Okay. The move is notable because silver's speed, but also because it's arrived amid highlighted geopolitical tensions, supply chain risk, and renewed questions about currency debasement. Oh my God. Oh my God. It's like silver rose 10% only. So, yeah, go run, buy it. Like, did you notice that it actually went up in 3 months? 150%. They just forget about that point. This whole discussion. And so effectively, right, they're trying to connect the two with this just a small window of events. And that's irrelevant, okay? That's irrelevant. Completely irrelevant. Okay. Let's head back and look at the next news article that we're going to talk about. Remember to just quickly hit the like button. That would be appreciated and really helps out the channel. So it's absolutely free. All right, let's head over to Maduro's hidden Bitcoin stash, right? Maduro, right? Let's see. He could have purchased a lot of Bitcoin. And remember, they banned mining and confiscated a lot of miners back in the day. So we could see that he might have a huge desk. We don't know yet, but I wouldn't put it past that they had a large amount of Bitcoin in the government coffers. But you never know. If they were selling this, their oil for Bitcoin, that would have been a way to get around the sanctions. Okay, with that said, markets are watching claims of a Venezuelan shadow Bitcoin stash post-Maduro, weighing the risks of a sell-off or a U.S. seizure that could lock up supply. Markets are watching what some are calling Maduro's hidden Bitcoin, with the speculation that Venezuela may have crypto stockpile large enough to shake the global market. That could be a possibility, but I think the United States government will hold on to that since, remember, they did plan to have a stockpile of Bitcoin. So if they capture these Bitcoins, they're going to add it to their stockpile, and then, it's free Bitcoin for them, right? So I don't think, if they do find any Bitcoin, I don't think they're going to be selling it, honestly. That is just one man's opinion. Right? You make your own choices. Okay, let's move on to, look at this. The Venezuelan stock market surges 100% amid Maduro's optimism. Yes, we're seeing, obviously, the stock market for Venezuela pump. You know what? Most people would say don't buy something like this, but you can actually buy the stock. If you can buy the stock market, whether you live, most likely you'd have to live in Venezuela or something like that. If you buy the stock market now, this is only the beginning. If you buy and hold, this would be an area to buy and hold stocks in Venezuela, and within a year, things are going to turn around heavy. So you will make bank. Me, I'm not into stocks at all, so I'm going to take a pass on that one. But yeah, if you do a little bit of research and figure out which are the best stocks, most of the stronger companies, you'll see some serious gains. And then, of course, as experts and so forth come in and they utilize what's there, they're going to be key industries that pump even higher. So yeah. There it is. Easy win for the people of Venezuela, whether you are a native there or just somebody living outside and you know how to deal with the stock market inside of Venezuela. I think you'll definitely do extremely well in the new regime. Okay. All right. Well, so it looks like, for me, Bitcoin and silver, I like them both. And I think both assets have their they're going to have their light and in the sun. But at the end of the day, over the long term, like for example, if you're saving for the long term, like I do, and like most of us who are fairly intelligent and want to save for a better future, Bitcoin is the best asset for that. Why not silver, right? Is silver going to be a lot higher and stay up a lot higher for a foreseeable future? Yes. But it will not outperform Bitcoin. Why is that? Because unlike Bitcoin, there's always new supply of silver. And eventually, all the supply of silver that ever was created will be brought back onto the market. And that will happen over time, of course, but it will eventually happen at the right price. Thus, eventually, silver will come back down. Now, you could say, well, that's going to take a long time. Yes, it will. And so that means during that time, I could make a lot of money. Yes, you will. So I might as well do that. Hey, go ahead. Go ahead, right? And so I should not bother like with Bitcoin. Don't think so, because you what? Right? There will be a new monetary order. I don't know when. But when it does come, it's going to be a silver standard. It'll be a Bitcoin standard. Why? Well, we've already tried these standards before. What happened? What happened? They took it away from us. They gave us paper notes, tickets that represented the silver, represented the gold, and then they took away the gold and the backing. Whilst you can't do that with Bitcoin because Bitcoin is the backing. It is the value. And the only reason why we got tickets is because it's faster to transact with them than it is with actual gold and silver. Thus, why transact with something that's not a final settlement, which is just a promise to pay you gold and silver, which they have always throughout history, every single empire, every single nation has broken. Why do that again? So, there you have it. Bitcoin is the ruler, is going to be their future money, is going to be a future of capital. And you shouldn't bother wasting your, I wouldn't say wasting. I wouldn't bother using any other asset to store your wealth in. Okay, with that said, let's do some TA. Okay, so here's my Bitcoin chart. As you can see, we took off and I was saying, hey, listen, this looks like a trap because it's so perfect. The perfect bull flag. And I'm thinking, nuh-uh, not falling for it. You could trade it, but I ain't falling for it. And boom. Wow. They're bastards, man. They went right above this support line here. I think, is this a support line that I've drawn? But anyways. And then we broke down heavy, came back up, and now we're breaking down again. Looks like this thing, if we were to zoom out a little bit, we are, breaking down. Jesus. This is breaking down Bitcoin. I would have expected it to do a little bit better than the $94,000 mark. I honestly did. I thought we'd at least go up to 96. Still not impossible, but remember what I said. I would have preferred to come back here and buy it all the way up. And look where we're at. Look what happened. That is where my preferred buy opportunity is, and taking it all the way back up. Let's just see. We could actually take it just a 2-to-1 so we don't get greedy and keep it inside the zone. Actually, we could keep it inside the trading zone so that we can take profits should it come back at us. Would take profits a little bit ways down, right? So there you go. That would be my trade. That would be the right trade. And look, it is so far working out as the right trade. You could have easily taken profits if you took this trade. That was the trade I wanted, and I should have stuck my guns with that one. I didn't think it was going to happen that fast, but there it is. There's the trade. Alrighty, looking at, let's see here, Ethereum, right? You can see Ethereum has broken above this downward trend line and failed, of course. And again, I was not ready to trade these things. If you're interested in trading, you can trade them. If you head over to x.dj15.com, x.dj15.com, you could actually check out this website and you can find the best exchange to trade at. They'll offer up to $30,000 for Bybit, and same with Femex, and even Wex is giving a large amounts of money, but trading bonuses if you sign up with them. This will show you any exchange that's in your local area, based on where you're coming from, and so that you don't have to worry about if the exchange will work for you. Okay, let's take a look at the prices of what's it called, Solana. Again, Solana, I was telling you, not too sure about that, but I know you guys wanted to trade, and it did pump, and then it didn't make our target. So if you had stops at break even, you were okay, but it was almost at the 144, which was where I was looking for. And with that said, we're now like rolling over basically, and you could almost see like a head and shoulders pattern happening here. Not the greatest, but yeah, this is not a positive sign. So we can see that Solana may have been reached its highest point, and now we're on our way down. So we've failed to stay above this parking garage, and we tried to break out of it and then failed. So you could see that Solana might break down. This might be a big breakdown for Solana. All right, let me just end it looking at quickly at the silver and gold charts. Right, let's take a look at the gold weekly chart. Yes, gold looks like it wants to come back up and take out new highs. Honestly, I think that there's something big happening. I think because I asked ChatGPT if there was a major earthquake in California, what would pump? Well, after the fact, they mentioned industrial metals. Well, And we're going to talk about that earthquake possibility, right, in the next episode. So make sure you check that out, because that's interesting, because these things are pumping all the high-grade ores, the things that are used in reconstruction after the fact are pumping. Now, that's not enough evidence to say that there is an earthquake coming. There is a better video for you guys, and I'm going to show you guys that video that explain why an earthquake is on the horizon for California, which could be the big one. All right. Finally, with that said, I know it's high speculation, right? That they say that there's no way to detect a earthquake that when it's going to come, but I like this to differ on that one, because the governments lie, right? They lie to us all the time for their own benefit, and I wouldn't be surprised if they're lying to us about this as well, to use it, because they never let a good crisis go to waste. Hey, it's their own saying. So what if they were to create crises? Pandemic? I don't know. All right. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys next time. Peace.